to my bathroom. If you can hear a dog barking in the background or you can hear water dripping, that's my faucet and my neighbor's dog, which never ever stops barking. So if you guys haven't seen me before, my name is Kelly. I do makeup and beauty videos every single week, and today I decided I wanted to take you guys on my brush washing journey. I hate washing my brushes. It is an absolute chore, but my skin thanks me, and my clients definitely thank me too when my brushes are nice and clean. If you guys don't wash your brushes regularly, this is a really good routine to keep up with. It's really super easy to wash your brushes. It doesn't take very much long of time, and say if you have a day off where you're doing nothing, then this is like a perfect time to do it. It takes literally no time at all, except for me, because this is gonna take about an hour and a half to clean my brushes. I'm not going to film the entire thing with all of my brushes just because I have so many of them. That's one thing. And then I have a whole two other little containers here. So given that I don't wash my brushes very often, like as a whole, I decided today that I wanted to bring you guys along on the journey, because typically when I do wash my brushes, I'm just using like a temporary brush cleaner. If you guys haven't heard of the IT Cosmetics brush bath, it's one of my personal favorites as far as cleaning my brushes. As a makeup artist, I use this religiously, so like if I'm in between clients on prom, wedding days, or just like makeup applications for special events and I need my brushes clean quick, this is my absolute favorite to use. But for the most part, if you are a makeup artist, if you do your makeup regularly, you should be washing your brushes. I wash my brushes every 2 weeks to a month, and that includes all of my face brushes to my eye brushes, and today you guys get to see how I specifically do that. Brush cleanliness is very important. It helps keep your skin nice, it helps keep your client's skin nice, and all in all, you don't want to be getting breakouts and nasty stuff up in your brushes. I know plenty of people who don't wash their brushes religiously, or will use the same liquid foundation or liquid concealer brush for months and never clean their brushes, and they're always like, Kelly, why is my makeup not turning out how I like it to? Or they always complain about their makeup being gross on their face. It's because your brushes are gross. So if you haven't washed your brushes ever, throw them out. If you've had them over 6 months, have never washed them, try to wash them. But if it's been like literally years that you've had your brushes, please do yourself a favor and throw your brushes out. Go get some new ones, go get some clean ones. Your skin's going to thank you, and your makeup is going to thank you. Let's just get started. The first things you're going to want to have are a brush soap. I use the solid soap from Beauty Blender. It's my absolute favorite brush cleanser, and it doesn't leave a buildup on your brushes. It also comes with a little scrubby pad on here. You can use this on both your beauty sponges and your brushes. And then this is a new soap, you guys. We get to break this open today. And then I grab a hand towel. This is one of my crappier hand towels. I also do use potato towels, or flour towels as they're called. It's like a white fabric. These are very cheap. You can get them at dollar stores. You can get them at like mass stores like TJ Maxx in big packages for super cheap, and they work really great as hand towels, but I also use them as my temporary brush cleaning towels and my drying towels. So when I'm temporary washing my brushes with my brush bath, I actually use a potato towel or a flour towel to wipe the brush directly on. That way you don't go through as many Kleenexes. So be sure you have a hand towel set aside for your hands and for the sink in between washing brushes, because it does get a little bit messy, especially if you have a bunch of brushes. And then I'm just gonna lay out this other towel. The perfect place to put the towel is right up against a wall, or I really like that this has a ledge here. You can create a ledge by rolling the towel. That way your brushes aren't set completely flat, because then they'll dry easier when they're set up a little bit. So I'm going to be leaning them up against this and then have the bristles down on the towel. That way all the water seeps out of it. Never put your brushes back inside their container like this, otherwise all of the water is just going to seep deep down into the brush and end up ruining the inside of your brushes. Then you're going to set your water to a medium temperature, not too cold, not too hot. I don't know how loud the water is going to be, so I might cut that part out, but what you're first going to do, you can start with a foundation brush or you can start with a eyeshadow brush, whatever you want, And you start by getting the bristles a little bit wet in the water. Usually when I'm washing my brushes, I leave the water running. Then what you're gonna do is you're going to dab and swirl it into the solid soap. Just get it nice and coated with that soap. And then I just take my hand, especially for the foundation brushes, I work out the foundation on my hand and go in between squeezing out product and getting the soap more frothy. When you get the soap more frothy like this and you squeeze out extra foundation or product from the brush, then it helps the soap effectively clean the brush better. If you feel like you're losing soap or it's getting too dry, dip it a little bit under the water again. Once you feel like the soap is no longer frothing, then you're going to make sure that you're holding the brush down the entire time. Get it completely saturated and start squeezing out any leftover product. Then get it a little bit wet again and dip it back into the soap for a second cleanse. Just because sometimes in the center of the brush it doesn't always get the product out. Also, sorry you guys if I'm like running in and out of focus. But this way you can really get that extra froth and get all of the extra product out of the middle. Give it a nice good rinse and a squeeze. And then what I like to do is then take the brush and wipe it on the towel before I lay it to dry. That way it just gets any extra bubbles of water out of the bristles. And then if you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a slight bit that's still wet in the center, and that's what we're trying to get out by wiping the brush on the towel. And then I just like to fan it out with my finger and lay it to dry. And then right then, when you feel like you're completely done, you do it 150 more times, and I will see you guys when that happens. So by the time you're done with your brushes, it should look like this. As you can see, there's a lot of brushes that are piled on top of each other. I like to lay my highlighter brushes down because I don't want them to get ruined. It's a little bit hard because they dry super fast. I want them molded nice. But for the most part, like all of the big brushes like these, feel free to use a hair dryer with them just to get that extra little bit of water out of them. I typically let my brushes dry overnight, and then if they are not dry by the morning time, then I'll go through with a dryer and kind of just like blow the bristles around on cool. That way you don't ruin any of your brushes. Alright you guys, so that's gonna be it for the video today. Thank you so much for sitting in my bathroom with me for a while and getting to know how I clean my brushes. The lighting is absolutely horrendous in here. I don't expect anybody to watch this, but if you did, thank you, thank you, thank you. I gotta get going because I really just filmed this outro because I have to pee really bad, and the tripod was right over the toilet, so I'm gonna go pee. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! Do you see my dog? Dallas! Dallas! Are you so cute? Dallas, you're so cute!